I had no intention of recording anything today. Zero. But here we are with possibly the biggest game-changing news we will ever get out of a Madden franchise game ever. It's a new mode. Not only is it a new mode, but we're getting 2K style My Park in Madden. That's right, we're getting a 6v6 create a player superstar mode in Madden. And on top of that, I called this like 2 weeks ago on Twitter, which is pretty cool. Not gonna lie. What's going on, everybody? It's Jack, and before we get into the speculation, really, because we don't really have a whole lot to go on, but the speculation of this new mode, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support. I mean, I know I say this every time, but it really is humbling. Like, it's really cool. Like, we're growing. Like, you guys, like, this... It's cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, thank you guys. So I just want to keep saying that, like, because I truly mean it. Like, thank you. If you guys aren't already, obviously, follow me on Twitter, because guess what? I called this like 2 weeks ago on Twitter. So if you guys were following me, you guys would have seen that I was talking about this back before July 4th, which is kind of cool. Not going to lie. So follow me on Twitter. Link will be down in the description. You guys already know the deal. Follow me on Twitch. Hopefully, this mode, I'm going to be playing a whole lot on stream. So that'll be something, right? It'll be very different kind of gameplay, very different kind of game itself. So that'll be really cool. So hope you guys follow me on Twitch. So you guys will see Mutt and apparently the Yard at launch for Madden 21. Links obviously be down in the description for everything. And of course, do the YouTube stuff. You know, like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell if you haven't already. Because, again, all that really helps me out a lot. And can you help me out a little bit? Just a little bit? Like, thank you. But let's jump into all the speculation for the Yard. All right. So, 2 weeks ago on Twitter, I was talking to some people. I was kind of speculating, talking about Face of the Franchise and how that mode kind of sucks, and how Face of the Franchise is just kind of really boring, and I've never even played it because it has zero interest for me. Sorry, EA. But I was talking about how 2K, their My Player mode is also kind of crappy. Like, nobody plays 2K's My Player for the story, and if you do, you probably should go outside and play real basketball or football or just sports in general, because their storylines in that is completely absurd and boring and stupid, and you only play the story to get to a point where you can just kind of walk around the park and play with actual people and kind of level your guy up to where you're not like a 65 overall jump shooter who can't hit a shot. But that's besides the point, right? That's besides the point. The point is, EA has finally taken that concept and looks like they're bringing some form of it into Madden 21. Now, I'm not going to show you guys like the pictures and the screenshots of some of the menus because, well, technically you're not allowed to. So take my word for it. If you don't believe me, go search it on Twitter. Go search it online. I'm sure you'll find it. Madden 21, The Yard. It'll pop up. It says it's a 6v6 mode where you get to level up basically your superstar. So sounds a whole lot like a football version of My Park, right? But what I was talking about initially 2 weeks ago was I thought it would be a really cool thing is if EA implemented sort of NFL Street, since EA does have NFL Street's rights, right? So you end up taking an NFL Street style mode with the park, and you kind of hybrid it, so you get like some really flashy jukes and some taunts and stuff like that, and you kind of marry that with the fact that you can use like actual NFL stuff and like NFL like plays and concepts and the hot routes and all that, and you can kind of have this user-based squad mode that's sort of the next iteration of what I thought would be the next iteration of Face of the Franchise. But Face of the Franchise still exists. It's just, who's gonna play that when you could play this? Like, I don't know. So, the speculation part. So, what do I think's gonna happen, right? So, it's 6v6, so obviously you're not gonna have, like, offensive players and defensive players. So what I think is going to happen is you're going to have to end up taking, what I assume, right, is you're going to have to pick archetypes. Archetypes already exist from Mutt last year, right, and players last year with the abilities. So you're going to end up getting like an improviser, and then you're going to get like a zone defender, right, or a bull rusher and a field general. Right, you could pick an offensive ability like archetype and a defensive ability archetype. So you'll get like quarterback linebackers, you'll get wide receiver defensive backs, you'll get like running back DNs or running back linebackers, or you'll get maybe you'll get an offensive lineman / D tackle. I don't know how it's going to work because there's 6 players. It's not full 7-on-7, which would kind of make more sense if it was a 7-on-7. But I feel like if they're going 6v6, they have to have something in mind because someone's going to have to either snap the ball or the quarterback's just going to have to hold it and just kind of flip it in their hand before they snap it. So something's going to have to give there. So I don't know what's going to exactly transpire with that, but I think it'll be kind of cool to see. But again, it's all about the fact that we're getting the 2K player progression model somehow built into Madden, right? Because you have this little like tagline, right? Like on the screenshots, it says 6v6 mode where you can level up your superstar. Like it talks about like increasing your superstar's abilities. So what that's telling me is that there's going to be a baseline, and then you're going to be able to level up your character to a different overall. And obviously we already have the archetypes, so it makes sense that we'll kind of get the archetype model that 2K has, but just kind of brought over to the football side, which has already been implemented last year. Just now they're going to be able to utilize that in the create a player model as opposed to just picking what archetypes each player has, which I think is really cool because the possibilities are endless, right? People are already talking about it on Twitter that they're going to try to form like 6-man squads and they're going to run games, they're going to run wagers. I mean, the amount of stuff that we can do with this from a content standpoint, from just an enjoyable game standpoint, it's crazy. 2K is already like leaps and bounds ahead of Madden in terms of their content creators and what they do, jump shot videos, jump shot tutorials, like how to level up your badges quicker, like this, obviously the 2K League. Like imagine if we got an NFL Madden League of 6v6 and you get to have 6 players drafted to teams and like you actually have like NFL style jerseys on the field that your guys with your name on it. Like just so many good things. So many good things can come of this. And again, like this is some speculation, but based off of what we know and what we have, I'm excited. Like if this comes to fruition and it's what we think it is, you're going to see so much stuff. It's going to be so different next year. The landscape of Madden is going to completely change with this because you're not just going to have those guys who are really good at MUT or really good in regs. You're not going to have like, oh, do this money play. No. Now you're going to get, hey, level this guy up faster. This archetype does this plus this, and you're going to end up having like a God Squad player. Like that's the kind of stuff we're going to start getting. We're going to like just go look at any 2K YouTube search. Do it. And you're going to see, like, those kinds of videos, those kinds of, like, really just, like, kind of clickbaity stuff. But at the same time, like, that kind of hype, that kind of excitement, we're going to get that on Madden. Finally. I mean, it's been a long time coming since we've had a mode like this come to the game. Probably since MUT, honestly, was introduced. Like, that was the last big thing. Like, if you can tell I'm excited, like, I'm very excited. Obviously... Like I can't tell you enough how excited I am. I'm very, very hyped, just to say the least. Yeah. So that's my speculation. I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a great addition. I think pros are gonna want to play it. I think competitive players are gonna want to play it. I think content creators are gonna want to play it. I think we're gonna get a whole lot of players in this game that wouldn't normally play a football game because now you're not just playing a football game. Now you're taking over an individual player on the field. So you're less about X's and O's and more about the Jimmies and the Joes. And I think it's gonna completely change the game in a great way from a viewership standpoint, from a player base standpoint. Just like we have so sky's the limit for growth, honestly, at this point. And like I'm very excited for the future. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. I know I was me kind of rambling, just me like super hyped, but I'm telling you, if you haven't already seen the hype, just Google Madden 21 The Yard, and I'm sure you'll find a tweet or a screenshot or a Reddit post or another YouTube video telling you guys that this is the future of the game. This is going to be a game changer, and I can't wait. Until next time, guys, I am out.